We'll open it up to questions for reporters.
Okay, well, I was really happy with the focus and the attitude and the effort early in the ball game. You know, we never talked about it with our players at any point in time, but you know, we knew we were playing someone that we should beat and beat convincingly, and you could see that watching tape and things. I'm giving all the credit. You know, the Morgan State coach is doing a super job there, but we got a young team and you know, didn't play last season at all and only had one game under their belt. But going out and doing it is a different thing. You got to go out and really understand your assignments and play hard and you know, impose your will upon them. And I thought our guys did a nice job of that. And got to play. I think every guy on the sideline played. I'm pretty sure every single guy that was dressed in equipment played today. And you know, it's a tremendous reward for you know, our guys that are out there practicing and playing. Not very many people make that move from high school football to Division I football. And you know, there's a bunch of these guys that you know, I'm going to be able to tell people they played Division I football and they played in the game. You know, we had some guys score their first touchdowns and get some meaningful carries, and they deserve it. And that's tough when you go in the fourth quarter and you've been repping the scout team. You know, some of those guys might have known what Morgan State does better than what we do. That's what they've been doing for the last week. But it was great to play everybody, and very proud of the team effort.
Questions for Coach Fritz.
Willie, maybe the biggest eruption on the sideline was when Bobby Noel made that field goal at the end. What's his story in terms of obviously freshman you gave a chance to score?
Oh, everybody loves Bobby. He's a great young man, hard worker. You know, and the guys just, you know, were excited that he got an opportunity to kick a field goal in a Division I football game. So it was the guys, you know, they love Bobby and everything he brings to the team. You know, he'll do whatever you ask him to. He'd line up at offensive tackle if you ask him to. He's just a really good team player.
Yeah. It would have been easy for guys to be flat coming off the Oklahoma game, considering who you were playing. You addressed it a little bit, but just the intensity from the start seemed to be there.
We really pushed it, you know, this week. You know, these games are hard. You know, you're only guaranteed 12 of them. And, you know, winning football games is not easy. Everybody's trying to win football games. There's nobody that's, you know, going halfway on this deal. And so we wanted to make some improvement from week 1 to week 2. I think we did. You know, go out and watch a film here in a while and see if that's the case. But yes, I was proud of the effort and the focus that our guys gave, you know, today.
Justin Ibieta got his first real extensive action. How helpful is that going to be for him if he's called upon down the road?
I think it's great for Justin. I think Justin's got an opportunity to be a very, very good Division I quarterback. He just needs experience, you know, and he got a lot of it. I think he probably got almost 2 full quarters of play in, I'm guessing. And I thought he did a very, very nice job. There's some plays he'd like to have back. You can rep all this stuff how you want to in practice, but when you get out there in a game, it's completely and totally different. So I'm glad he got those repetitions. And, you know, I've been telling you guys for a long time that he's a darn good football player, and I think you saw that today.
You ever been involved in a blocked field goal that ended up in a touchdown?
No. You know, we talk to our guys, you know, all the time about a blocked field goal behind the line of scrimmage. Either team can advance a blocked field goal or punt that crosses the line of scrimmage. Only the team on defense can you know, advance the ball. They touch it, it becomes live. We call it Leon let it be. You know, a couple of times that happened with the Cowboys years ago, and we show that tape every year to them and tell them, unless you're 1,000% sure if there's a block kick across the line of scrimmage, Leon let it be. Just get away from the ball. And you know, our guys they knew when that was touched by them. Hey, get on it! I heard a bunch of guys saying that they were correct.
Ole Miss coming up next week. Again, you got to rest guys. They didn't have to play a long time. How much will that help maybe getting ready for Ole Miss?
Well, the win will help more than anything else. But the thing that was good was got a chance to play a lot of guys, and we went after them, in the first half, and so guys got some good play. And the thing you don't want is just guys, bye week where you don't play games. So that was good, and we got a day off tomorrow. We all take Sunday off. Then we'll get back after and start prepping for Ole Miss next Monday.
Anything else for Coach Fritz?
Any word yet on when you can come back to New Orleans, or when any clarity on that to this point?
No, not yet. We're hoping that it's going to be sooner rather than later. But I do know for certain we're going to be here all next week, and then driving over from here to go play Ole Miss. But we'll see. I just, I'm a rules follower, so I'll follow the rules. Whatever they tell me, we'll do.
Anything else?
Good?
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll bring in Kevin Henry next.
Touchdown, Kevin Henry. Job, baby. Touchdown, Josh Coltrane.
Yes, sir. That's the guy right
We're
there.
gonna let it be.
Yes, sir. I see you, Josh.
All right, questions for Kevin Henry.
Even make a cut.
So, Kevin, are you gonna have Jaquan Jackson watch your moves on your interception return, your two cutbacks there to let him see how it gets done?
Man, honestly, I don't even remember making the cuts. All the guys just told me I was making cuts. I was just trying to get in the end zone.
How much did that mean? I mean, that's everybody's dream to get into the end zone. How good did that feel when you got there?
It felt good, especially when I had a big group of guys just come jump on me, and that's the best feeling. Just how much we work, and just be able to just accomplish things like that, and just having the support. It just feels good as an older guy, as a leader, and just as a team.
It would have been easy for you guys to be a little flat for today's game because you knew what the outcome was going to be, but the intensity was there for the first half when the starters win. Just what do you credit that to?
Or just a week of practice. We kept practicing. We didn't ease up. We practiced hard. We just try to make a standard around here. Coaches did a good job of pushing us through our practice, and the players we just executed when the time came.
What was your read on the interception before you made the return?
I was just on quarterback eyes. He took me there the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Pretty easy. Ole Miss coming up next week. You guys got a lot of confidence the way you played against Oklahoma. Just how good do you feel as a defense right now after 2 games?
I feel pretty good. I feel like we got a lot of work to do, but just feeling good. Got to win today, and just got to get back to work.
We practiced here the last couple of weeks, but obviously fairly empty stadium. But just what was the feel like during the game?
I mean, we practiced there, so it was kind of a normal feeling. Some of the guys in the warm-ups was mentioning how this feel like practice, like we about to practice, and I was just kind of telling them like that's how it's supposed to feel. Don't let the game become bigger than what it really is, and just come out and give all our effort. And that's what we did as a team.
Mm-hmm. When you see a guy like Josh Coltrane get a touchdown on a backfield, that's one of the craziest plays I've seen. Just how much fun was that to see?
Yes, sir. That was a crazy play. We actually watched film. The coaches put up some film where we taught as a defense to not get around it, and we saw Josh score. And I looked down there and see there was Josh. I almost jumped out of my shoulder pads. That's my guy. Josh worked hard. Yeah. He's a guy that come to work every day and doesn't complain. And I'm just glad to see that he was able to get a touchdown today.
I guess he came here as a quarterback, and now he's playing other positions and scout teamwork, a lot of stuff. So is that the type of person you want to see get a chance for a touchdown?
Yes, sir. My man, Josh.
Anything else for Kevin Henry? All right. Thank you, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Josh.
We'll bring in Josh Coltrane next. All right. Questions for Josh Coltrane?
So, Josh, what were you thinking when you saw them start trying to field the ball on the block field goal? I know you guys are pretty well drilled on what you can and can't do on that play. And did you know you had the touchdown when you fell on it?
I think, initially once I heard it was blocked, I think in my head, I was like, oh no, hopefully it wasn't my guy that blocked it. And so I started looking for the ball. I think I actually turned around and looked the wrong way at first, and I looked and saw where the ball was. I started running, and I saw the guy trying to pick it up, and Noah went and hit him, and I just went and jumped on the ball. And, Coach Fritz talks all the time. I probably heard Leon let it be probably about 50 times since I've been here. So I pretty much knew it was a touchdown, but I wanted to know kind of like how it got blocked and stuff before I was too happy about getting the touchdown, to make sure, it wasn't necessarily my fault that it was blocked. So
when they signaled, they huddled for a while. When they signaled touchdown, how'd you feel?
Oh, it was a cool feeling. Noah and Tim were right there, and we all knew it was a touchdown. So they were all telling me, they're like, jump up and we're going to pick you up here. So we were just waiting, and it took a while. And then it was cool seeing everybody else's reaction once they signaled that it was a touchdown.
You came here as a quarterback. You've moved to other positions. You do a lot in practice. How much do you feel like you kind of earned this moment?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. That was kind of almost like I was talking to Coach Colosimo in the locker room, and he said, oh, it was probably the easiest touchdown of your career. And it's kind of funny because I just feel like, since I've been here, everything's been real, difficult in some ways. And, this offseason, I've battled a number of injuries, and I've switched positions, and, I just feel like a lot of things, maybe necessarily didn't go my way. And then for that touchdown to just come like that is crazy.
What injuries did you battle in the offseason?
So I had a stress fracture in my foot, and then I broke my foot, and I pulled a hamstring, and I pulled a hip flexor.
That's the works there. What was your first reaction when they told you? I think you did you move to running back first, or wide running back? I think when they told you weren't going to be a quarterback anymore.
So just with the way stuff ended for me in high school, I think I came to Tulane, and I don't think I necessarily had the best mindset, and I was a bit down on myself and my abilities, and to some extent I think I was ready to move on. Really ready to move on from quarterback. And I kind of came, and, I used to be able to throw the ball pretty well, and I kind of lost, a lot of my, throwing abilities to a certain extent. I wasn't throwing the ball great. So yeah. I think I was kind of ready to do something else. And they started putting me at scout team receiver my freshman year. And I thought, I did a decent job there. And then I gained a little bit of weight. I've gained a good amount of weight, and I started gaining weight, and Coach Hall last summer before my sophomore year or redshirt freshman year talked to me about like, hey, I really think you can get on the field in the future somewhere else with the way your body's developing. And I was all for it. So the plan was just to kind of like, start learning different positions last season. And we had a bunch of injuries at running back. So I ended up, getting a little bit of reps at running back, and just kept working in this spring at running back. And, now I just play like pretty much everything. I think I played every single offensive skill position on the scout team. So, yeah.
You mentioned what happened to your throwing at the end of high school? You said you lost confidence, or you lost some ability. What occurred?
Yeah, I think I just got the yips. I came from a pretty big time high school program. And I think I felt like I let a lot of people down to a certain extent. So,
and how did you end up at Tulane?
Yeah, it's kind of a long story, but I kind of felt like based off. So I was, the first quarterback to start my high school and not get a Division I scholarship. So it was kind of a bit of a shock. I think from what I understood and was kind of expecting, I was gonna get a Division I scholarship offer somewhere, and it just never came. So when it didn't come, one of my coaches was kind of calling around, and Coach Conway said that, he can come and we got a spot for him to walk on here. And initially I wasn't, very thrilled about it. And I kind of just went and thought about it and was like, you know what? I think I do want to play football in college. So just kind of decided on Tulane like that.
Congratulations, you earned it.
Thank you. I think it's done. Nobody else has any questions.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Get it.
All right, guys, we got Tyreke James here. Thank you, Josh. Mhm. Of course. Questions for Tyreke James?
Tyreke, another game, another big play for a touchdown. Just describe that play and how you feel so far after 2 games.
It was a good play. Coach Long, before that series, Coach Long was like, "Did we want to run this play?" And all the guys were just like, "Yeah." And when the defense ran, it was my time to make the play and go score.
Coach Long designed some plays to get you guys wide open. Just what is it about him? What is it about his play design that keeps doing that?
It's just he's out. Coach Long's been a tight end guy for a long time, so his offense generally runs through a tight end. So pretty much every play is a tight end has a big impact on it.
You guys scored over 50 points in the first half. That's what you weren't playing a good team, but the intensity was there. And how much fun was it just to keep scoring?
It was fun. It was fun. We told everybody in the locker room before the game we come out with the same intensity we had against Oklahoma last week, and we're just gonna come out on top this time.
Big game against Ole Miss coming up next week. Just how good do you guys feel after 2 games going into that one?
Well, we feel good. We're gonna get back to the drawing boards and go watch film on Ole Miss to come back next week and be prepared for them.
I'm good.
Awesome. All right, everyone.
Thank
Thank you
y'all.
very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom.
Yep.